This presentation deals with many wrong meanings given for Sanskrit dhatus in all the dictionaries. This work is based on an etymological analysis of Sanskrit dhatu root words. Um, Before we start, let's look at Panini's Dhatupata. Panini has composed Ashtadhyayi to explain to everybody how Sanskrit etymology and grammar works. And in his book, he has 8 chapters. That is why the name Ashtadhyayi. And one of the chapters deals with Dhatupata, where here Panini has given Sanskrit meanings for more than 2000 words or dhatus, verbs or dhatus. This presentation is based on a publication in Academia.edu that I have made, where we show the relationship of Sanskrit to Proto-Indo-European or PIE, which is based on an etymological analysis of Sanskrit dhatu root sounds. We'll go through briefly through this paper in one slide, giving one example. There are more than 200 examples given in that paper. People can go through that and understand the concept. And in this paper, we show that many dhatus in Panini's Dhatupata with similar meanings have similar sounds also. So there is a rhyming between the words that have the same meaning. And I have shown that 1800 of these dhatus can be derived from 360 root sounds. About 200 of them we really cannot explain, or we do not find too much rhyming. And this presentation deals with some of these dhatus which have phrase meanings. That means the Panini has given phrases as meanings for some of these dhatus. We'll deal with some of them. And typically, these phrase meanings are broken into multiple words. A phrase, for example, if it has 3 words, it's broken into 3 words, and it is assumed that that dhatu has 3 meanings, which is incorrect, for some cases at least. And some of these phrase meanings are again misunderstood because some of these phrases used in the words used in these phrases have multiple meanings and they are misinterpreted. First, we'll start with an example that shows that words with same meaning have rhyming sounds. As an example, we will use the root sound inv, which means to reach, spread, pervade, expand. Those kinds of meanings come from the word inv. The meaning given by Panini is vyapti. And from this inv, there are multiple dhatus derived. Ninv, pinv, minv, sinv. All these words deal with mostly auspicious activities or austerities dealing with the worship of gods mostly. And a second set of words, jinv, dinv, dhinv, hinv, it deals with more of happiness, pleasant stuff, gratification, those kinds of meanings are there. And there is a general word rinv at the end, which is derived from re, which means to go, move or flow. So we see that there are many rhyming words with similar meanings. And when you look at the phrase meanings, these rhyming words don't have same meaning when they are dealing with phrase meanings. That's what we'll show in this presentation. Let us start with the phrase meanings that have the word himsa. Let's start with an example. We'll go into the concept. We'll start with the root sound tu, which means growth or protect. And there is a meaning of power also that comes from this root sound tu. We'll look at it in the next slide. The meaning given by Panini for tu is vruddhi artha, vruddhyartha, with the meaning for growth. And another meaning Panini himself gives, gati vruddhi himsa. Now, typically what is done is this gati, these three words, gati, vruddhi, himsa, are taken separately and three meanings given to tu. But if you think about this, like violence doesn't make sense as a meaning for tu. Um, to get the meaning of violence, you need to do some more things to this tu. We'll look at that next in the next slide. But for here, for the meaning of tu, violence is not meant here. Now, this word himsa is typically understood to be violence, injury, or hurting. But there is another meaning that I have derived for this word himsa, which is based on the dhatu sound he. He typically means in Sanskrit progress. It's a dhatu sound given by Panini himself, and it has a meaning of progress. It is used in words like hita, purohita, ahi. He means progress. Now, himsa means lot of progress. So with the meaning, the ultimate meaning, second meaning of himsa coming as doing something excessively or continuously. Okay. Now let us look at Monier Williams' meaning of this word tu. Monier Williams is one of the oldest and very reputable and highly honored dictionary of Sanskrit, which was written a long time ago. And everybody considers it as a golden standard for Sanskrit words. But if you see the meanings given by Monier Williams for this word, the dhatu sound tu, one is gati. So he has broken gati, vruddhi, himsa into three pieces. Gati, vruddhi, himsa, and he has given three meanings. Gati, go or move. Tu does not mean go or move. That is for certain, based on the rhyming sounds we have seen. And vruddhi, which is fine. Vruddhi is the tu means vruddhyartha, so we can say this is fine. Himsa, injure, hurt, kill. Tu cannot mean injure, hurt, kill until you do something else to it. And Monia Williams gives the correct meaning under the heading of Vedic, where he says make strong or efficient, make valid or accomplish. So this meaning is correct, and Vruddhi to some extent is okay. Right. So, but it's not a Vruddhi is not a precise meaning for growth. That is the precise meaning. Vruddhyartha is the correct meaning. Okay, let's go to another example based on tu itself. There are four words that are given by Panini under this heading, and they rhyme a little bit. Tuj and tub, they rhyme a bit, and the meaning given for them is himsa, meaning violence. In this case, it's violence. And there is another set of words given by Panini where tuj is common. Tuj, tunj. Now, tuj and tunj, Panini gives the meaning himsa baladana niketana. Now, we can say himsa is violence here, but we are dealing with violence, yes. Tuj means violence. Uh, so we can say it can mean violence. That's one of the possible meanings. So let's go through the meanings given by Monia Williams. First meaning given by him under the heading Vedic is press out, emit, urge on, instigate, incite, extend, project. So the general meaning that comes out of this is you sort of take something from somebody else, something else, somebody else. That kind of meaning comes out of this. So himsa baladana niketana. So somebody who is a house of power and strength, and can also mean power and violence also can be given here. If you assume it's a himsa niketana, If you remove the word baladana from there, it comes as himsa niketana. So it's a house of power and strength, and maybe himsa, violence. Um, so the second meaning given by Monia Williams is injure, kill or hurt, be struck, be vexed, be strong. All these meanings feel reasonable, not bad. But there are other meanings given by him based on taking the phrase himsa, baladana, niketana and breaking into four meanings. Himsa as one, bala as one meaning, adana as a third word, niketana as a fourth word. As an example, if you see the last three words in the meaning, dwell, abide, live, and the second last is give or take. All these meanings are incorrect for tuj or tunj. Those meanings are never there. But it's given based on Panini's Dhatupata and the meaning given by Panini. It's a misinterpretation of Panini's meanings given by Panini. Okay, let us leave this sound tuj to first, through for now. Move on to other examples. So let us look at these words bhal and bhal given by Panini. And the meaning given by Panini for these two words is abhandana, meaning you define something, determine something, or describe something. So this deals with the idea of figuring out something and describing to others. And describing to others is more of the meaning in general. If you see in different old documents which use the word bhal and bhal, describe is the more of a meaning given in that can be derived in many documents. Now, another meaning given by Panini is paribhashana himsa adana. Now, if you look at this himsa, everybody comes to the feeling that you are describing himsa, but that is not the meaning that we derive from. At least I derive from this. Paribhashana himsa adana means somebody who is explaining something to a very large extent that he is giving pain to others. That is, other people are so bored by his excessive descriptions. That kind of meaning comes from that. So if you look at Monia Williams' Sanskrit Dictionary, the meanings given is strike, kill, hurt, injure, based on the word himsa there, and give, based on the word adana. And all those meanings are wrong. And he also gives the right meaning, expound or explain, which is reasonable. So the meaning of himsa in bhal is excessive. Okay, let's look at some more meanings for this, where the phrase has a sound himsa. Ish. Ish has a, it typically means repeatedly trying or doing something. And the meaning given by Panini is abhikshnya, which means repeat again, do something again and again, repetitively. And for the words ish and ish, Panini again gives the meaning unch. Unch means to search for something repeatedly. And in English, there is a word glean that is used for unch. For example, if you have rice and dal mixed up, you separate rice and dal, that can be called unch. Okay. Another meaning given by Panini is gati himsa darshana. Now, if you look at this gati typically signifies verb or continuously doing something. That kind of meaning comes, but mostly it's a verb. It has no extra meaning. As in Panini's Dhatupata, as far as I could tell. Now, himsa darshana here does not mean you are looking at violence. It means you are continuously looking. Darshana means look, see. It has many meanings, higher philosophical meanings and all that. We won't go there. Here we will only look at the darshana meaning to see or look. Himsa means continuously. So himsa darshana means continuously see. Gati adds, tells that it is a verb. Okay. Now Monia William gives the right meaning under the heading of Vedic: glean, collect, look. All these three meanings are reasonable. Collect you can say, like, for example, from rice and dal mixed up, you are collecting rice. You can, it's a stretch, but you can say it's okay, not bad types. But the meanings given by Monia Williams under Vedic heading, the same Vedic heading, is go, fly away, escape, attack, hurt. These are based on gati and himsa. Those two meanings are wrong because that's not what Panini meant, as far as I could tell. And two more examples. Jru, jri, jru. These three sounds, they deal with vayohani, as per Panini. And vayohani means growing old or withering away, drying up. That kind of meaning comes. Now, so these three sounds, if you see, they are rhyming and they mean the same thing. So, these things happen a lot in Sanskrit, as we have shown in the paper that's been referenced in the beginning. Now, from these three sounds, there is a word that's derived, jur, for which Panini gives the meaning himsa vayohani. It does not mean that it's violence here. All it means is grow old or continuously grow old, excessively grow old, kind of fast, grow old fast. That kind of meaning comes. And Monia Villiers gives the right meaning, grow old. That's fine. But he also gives the meaning hurt, injure, wound, kill based on the sound himsa. And somehow he gets the meaning be angry with. Maybe it's okay. I don't know the source from where he gets the meaning, but I haven't seen this meaning anywhere in the word documents I looked at. It may not be wrong. I don't know. Okay, last example. Shubh, Shumbh. Now, the one meaning the Panini gives is one type of meaning he gives is bhashana, bhasana, shobha. All these three words mean typically shining, glowing, decorating, looking beautiful, those kinds of meanings. Okay? But he also gives two other meanings. Himsa atyanta. Now, if you think about this, if you interpret himsa to mean violence, excessive violence, but something that looks beautiful, that looks good, has nothing to do with violence, as far as we can tell. And the meaning I give to himsa atyanta is continuously excel in something. So typically, doing good in life is considered a shining in any language, most of the languages. So from that meaning, himsa atyanta means continuously excel, and himsa deepta means shine continuously, shine a lot. That kind of meaning comes from this. But Monia Williams, looking at these words, he gives the meanings based on bhashana, for example. Speak, that's incorrect. And he gives strike, injure, or kill based on himsa. So those meanings are incorrect. Now, let's move on to some other phrases which have the sound di, deepa, deepa, deepta, sandipana, these kinds of words which deal with the sound di. Now, now let's try to understand this general deepta, how sandipana, all these words, how they are used, right? There are two meanings for this root sound di. One is shine, deepa. It's like the lamp, right? Deepa. That meaning comes. That's everybody knows. Many people understand that. Now there is another meaning that's hidden here. It's just sort of understood by others, but not properly acknowledged. Is suffer for others. Now this meaning comes from the same concept of shining, which is interesting. For example, when you light a candle, the candle burns itself to give light to others. So that meaning of burning yourself for others or suffer for others comes from this sound di. Deepa, Sandipana, Deepta, these kinds of meanings. So let's look at some examples. We will look at Diksh and Duksh. And the meaning given by Panini is Sandipana, which means uh, ignite, set on fire, or suffer. All these three meanings come from there. Now, he also gives another meaning, Sandipana Kleshana Jivana. The way I look at this is live a miserable life, suffer extremely, have a life that is, in which you suffer a lot. Right? Live a miserable life. That meaning comes from that. But Monia William gives the meanings kindle, which is okay, but live, be weary or harassed is okay. But live is not meant by this diksh or duksh. It means to suffer in this case. Kleshana means you are suffering, excessive feelings. That kind of meaning comes from. Now let's look at two more words. Dhoop, dhup means bhasha, which means shine or glow. Now, if you see dhoop, which is common between the previous line and this line, it has a meaning santapa. Santapa, everybody understand, comes from the root word tap, which means to suffer. Basically, excessive feelings, anger. There are many meanings to this sound tap. It also means you are doing prayer to God, those kinds of austerities, that kind of burn your body for God kind of meaning. All those things come from this santapa. Now, if you see here, dhoop has two meanings. One is shine and glow, one is to suffer. So, which is, I mean, these are the three examples we are giving here to support this. Okay. Now, deepa and dhyut, they also come from the root sound di, which means shine or gleam, which is fine. But for the sound di, Panini gives a meaning kshaya. Kshaya means decrease or wane. Wane as in decrease again, but slightly different meaning. Uh, so essentially, the summary is this the root sound di or deepta or deep, and this root sound has two meanings. One is shining, and other is suffer for others or with others. Let's look at two more examples. The words that are ending with sha and sa, and these are like Grimm's laws, in which the words can end with sha or sa, and they have the same meaning. If you look at the first row, ash and as, one ends with sha, other ends with sa, and they have the same meaning. Panini has said that. So the meaning he has given is Gati Deepta Adana Adana. Now, Deepta Adana, to give suffering. That is the meaning I take from this. It is supported by other rhyming words. Jash, jas, shash, shas. And he has given the meaning himsa. So here we are dealing with violence. So suffering. So that is why the meaning of give suffering makes sense. We should not interpret ash and us to mean to shine here. As Monia William gives at the bottom of below the table, Monia William gives the meaning of go or move based on gati, and deepta, shine, he has given the meaning. Adana, he gives the meaning take or receive. So all three of them, in my view, are wrong. We should interpret ash and us to mean give suffering to others or torture, beat up somebody, violence. That meaning comes. And Jess also has another meaning, tadara, which means hit, strike, or even kill sometimes. But mostly it deals with hitting somebody, punishing somebody, that kind of meaning, or torturing somebody, that kind of meaning. So this tadana supports the idea that all these sounds deal with suffering or himsa. So it is supported by that. That is the reason we have given the meaning there. So all these rhyming words have similar meanings. So that's another essential aspect we should look at. Last example under the heading of Deepta is Bha. Bha is very famous. Everybody understands that. It has a meaning of shining or gleaming. Like the word Bhanu for sun comes from the root sound Bha. And its meaning is given by Panini, Bha and Bhas, as Deepta. And it means shine or gleam. Now another word is there, Bhas. Bhartsana Deepta. Now, Bhartsana means some sort of a hatred, some negative feeling. And Deepta, should we take it as shining? Shining due to hatred doesn't make sense here. So, Deepta should be understood as suffering in this case. It's not shining. So, it is Bhartsana Deepta means suffer due to extreme hatred by someone to somebody else. That kind of meaning should be taken from here. And Monier William gives the meaning and he qualifies it by saying according to Dhatipata, because Monier Williams realizes that these meanings he has given, they are not there in many documents that he has looked at. Monier Williams has done excellent research and most of the meanings are correct, except when they deal with these phrase meanings. And that's why he qualifies it by saying, according to Dhatupata, it means blame or abuse, which he gets from Bhartsana, and from Deepta he gets a shine. Both the meanings are not accurate. Especially that shine should be removed, according to my analysis. Now let's look at one more roots where the sound kanta is used. This kanta is derived from kam. Kam is a root sound which deals with desire. And also kanti, which means light. So there are two meanings, desire and light. Now, many people have confused these two meanings and they are given wrong meanings. That's what we will show next. Now let's start with root sounds, ve and vi. Now ve, first row, ve, vab, uy. These three words, Panini has given the meaning tantu santana. Before we look at this, vab is a sound that's used in Rigveda also to mean a spider when referencing to Vritra. We understand that. Now, Tantu Santana means it's a continuous thread. And it is typically used in the sense like a spider is spinning a web. You see the word web is derived from wab or way. Right? From that sound, the word web is also derived. Now, V or Vevi. Okay, so let's look at these two sounds, V and Vevi. Now, these two sounds are given the meaning Gati Vyapti by Panini. Now, Gati is a verb descriptor. There's nothing, no special meaning to it. All it says is it's some sort of a continuous thing. Vyapti means to spread, pervade, and we have looked at that before. Now, if you think about a spider web, it keeps growing. It builds a small web, then bigger, maybe two webs. It keeps spreading. So that meaning is coming from this sound V or Ve. Okay. Now he also says prajana kantya, desiring offsprings. So now you are spreading, and to spread you have to produce offsprings so that you prosper, you do better. In old times, population used to be less. Having more people, more kids is good for society. That meaning was there. That's why prajana kantya means desiring offsprings. Here, kantya word is used to mean desire. Now, san khadana. Now, sun has the meaning of acquire or offering or giving. Now, this is explained in the paper that we have referenced in the first slide. How sun means to give. Right? It has multiple meanings. It's mainly meant to give food. So all these three is pervade, desiring offsprings, giving food, deals with spider web. How a spider spins a web. But Monier William gives the meaning go based on the sound gati in the first line, and conceive or become pregnant based on the second line prajana, and wish, desire, love based on the sound kantya, and then sun is interpreted as throwing away, casting, as based on as dhatu, sun, throw, cast, hurl, and then khadana is given the meaning eat or consume. All these meanings are not accurate. We should be saying, we should be looking at these phrases to be one phrase. All these 6 words, gati, vyapti, prajana, kantya, sanakhadana, has one meaning and one phrase with the meaning to act like a spider and spread. Right? So that should be the interpretation. Okay. Now let us look at this another interesting root sounds. So it's there on the right this time. Anj, anch, anch, and manch. So let's look at the meanings given by Panini. For anj, he says it's bhasha, and we interpret that to mean shining. And anch, he gives the meaning visheshana, like separate, characterize, or honor. It means special, somebody who is special, who is honor, who is worthy of honor. Now, anch is gati puja, meaning you worship. Now, manch has the meaning dharana uchraya puja. Dharana, meaning the ability to hold something. Uchraya means to improve, and puja means worship. So the way we have to interpret this is to worship for improving our ability, or for when you improve ability, you prosper. So that meaning comes out of this. Now this sound anj has been given the meaning of shining. Now another meaning given by Panini for this sound anj is vyaktim rakshana kantagati. Now, vyakti means to express. Rakshana means to clean up, to scrub oneself, to go for a bath, clean up. That kind of meaning. Kanta gati. So when you take a bath, you shine. Right? And so that sound kanta means to shine here. Gati means the verb descriptor. So the way I interpret this is to perform austerities to satisfy desires or make someone else shine. Now, the word Angirasa, in my view, is derived from this root sound Anj. So Angirasas used to do austerities or puja or yagna for other people's benefit. Now, Monia William gives the right meaning: make something clear, distinguish, be beautiful, smear with, anoint, and decorate. All these are done as a part of austerities. Now, last example for Kanta, and the end of the presentation is the sound Kanta is derived from the root sound Kam, which means desire. And Panini himself gives the meaning Kanta, meaning desiring. Kanksha, Vangsha, all these sounds come from there. Please look at the paper present in the beginning, which explains all these rhyming sounds and meanings. And tam is given the meaning kanksha, which also means desire or wish. Now, the word kan is given a meaning deepta kanta gati. Now, the way I interpret this, it can be interpreted multiple ways. Deepta kanta can say, oh, okay, it's brightness. Right? But why repeat, right? Panini was very miserly with using words. Why will he say Deepta Kanta if he meant shining? So I am interpreting this to mean Kanta here to mean desire. Deepta Kanta Kati means desiring fame or brightness. As we have seen before, if somebody excels in his life, he is said to shine in Sanskrit in general. So from that meaning, wishing for fame or brightness is a meaning that we can derive from this sound, kan. Um, but the meaning given by Monia Williams, which is okay, not that bad, is love, wish, desire, to like, enjoy anything, strive after. But the meaning of shine or go, especially the meaning of go, looks wrong here. That should be removed. That's based on the gati as a meaning given in kan. So we have given some examples here. There are many examples. There are about uh, less than 100, let's say that. Words for which meanings are given incorrectly in all the dictionaries that I have looked at, which needs to be fixed someday. And if we give right meanings to these words, I have seen even in Rigveda, there are you can get rid of many discrepancies observed in the current translations of Rigveda. It's a lot of effort to update all these things, but I hope somebody takes this up and helps make Sanskrit more accurate. Thank you very much for your time. Bye.